Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing on this January the 27th, 2025 daily cryptocurrency XRP blockchain technology video you've come to expect, love, need, and deserve. And as always, if you want to trade World Vincenzo trades, use our links down below in the pinned comment in the video description below. I use Coinbase and Robinhood to trade all of my XRP coins. J. And remember, if you would like to support the channel, you can always become a member of Jabroni Killers for the industry cheapest and best value. And I dare implore and beg you to show me a better value that you can get for only $2.99 a month. That helps keep this channel rolling, help keep these daily videos coming, and help keeps me financially able to put these videos out and put all the money that you put in into the channel. And it's right there. You just click that right there, Jabroni Killers on any video in the pinned comment. Right below that is my Robinhood link. And then right below that, and you get a free gift with Robinhood. And then you go down a little bit and my Coinbase link is in there too. And anytime you do that, it helps support the channel. And then one of the things that it does for you is members of Jabroni Killers, which I thank you, Peter Dubai 4941. He's a new member there. We have a couple of other new people that have uh, co-creative music. He's got this little stabbing guy. He's been a member for a while. XRP Future Millionaire is a member. And we've had another member in here. He just hasn't commented yet. But when you become members of Jabroni Killers, I can see and give you first dibs on the coins that you want. And that's why we've added DGB in. And keep commenting even if you're not a member of Jabroni Killer. But this is one of the big perks. I'll talk about the coins that you want to see and need to know about uh when you're members of Jabroni Killers. So we're going to do some DGB today for XRP Ripper Z, member of Jabroni Killer. And then Peter Dubai 4941, we're going to look at, he's talking about an M forming topping pattern maybe in a 15-minute time frame, but I like to use the daily time frames. Those are just some of the things that I like to use. And then co-creative, he had some, what was he asking about? He's asking about something. Algo. We'll continue to do Algo for you, Jay, because you don't. I haven't seen any other ones you want me to look at, but we're going to look at those three: DGB, the AMP 15-minute topping pattern may be forming in his question, and then Algo because you guys are members of Jabroni Killers, and that's one of the big perks. You'll get first dibs at the coins that you want to see. And we've had quite the volatile day. If we start off, we're going to start off into the XRP on this video. In the next video, we'll do XLM in it with some of the other coins that people have asked. But we've had a pretty big fall. And this is something that we've been watching out for as we go into the full screen mode here with XRP. We've seen two patterns that we could possibly be in. One was a short to medium term head and shoulders topping reversal pattern where we've been looking at here with our industry exclusive perching tool where we had your big pump and then that could have been our left shoulder and then this could have been, we've been talking about this for several days, this could have been your head, and then you would fall all the way down into this neckline potentially and then come back up for a right shoulder, and then there's your neckline, and your targeted move would be right here, which would be from the top of the head to the neckline to the point of a breakout, and that would get you down here around $1.27 to $1.35, $1.36. And that's what we've been watching out for several days. And something else for several weeks was during this big pumping volume and price, we had pumping volume right here. Not only the daily candlesticks, but the mean of the volume was uptrending significantly, right? And ever since about early December 7th to 12th, we've crashed in volume. Then we leveled off and then we had a big peak here, miniature peak compared to here, and we had the price go up. But that could be looked as a hidden, let's get this bullshit out of the way. That could be looked as a hidden bearish divergence where you had pumping volume with price, then you had descending and crashing volume, and on this next hump of volume, you made a new high, but the volume was significantly lower. that could be a hidden divergence, bearish divergence, and that would fit in with this maybe topping out, head and shoulders topping reversal pattern. And that's something that we're paying attention for here. Anytime you see that, if this volume would have been at least as high as here or higher, that'd be very bullish. But when it's not, that's a hidden divergence, hidden bearish divergence. It's showing it to you in the pattern, but if you're not looking for it or understand what that is, you won't see it. And that gives some credence to maybe this is a head and shoulders topping reversal pattern. Then we did have a big fall yesterday. You see that? Big fall. Came all the way from about the 304, wick down to 266. That's a pretty big fall in about 24 hours. And if we look at that even closer into here, uh, between yesterday's candlestick and the wick low, that was all the way down at a, what was that? That was a 14% move to the downside, but we quickly wicked back up to the upside in the hour time frame, and now we're coming up on some major overhead resistance, which is the moving averages in the hour time frame. So if you want to continue to be bullish, you can see the big sell-off. If you want to continue to be bullish, you want to get back above these moving averages, and then get back above this what looked like a potential flagpole there, and try to get back up to this $3.40 level and break that, and then we can remain bullish, right? Majorly bullish. But if this is just a quick pump up and then a rejection, sort of like what we've seen back here, we had the big fall, then the big hump up, and then we consolidated and dumped again. If this fails up here and doesn't breach the old high or get above this $3.33 level, your next area that you're probably going to come down to is down into this $2.55 range. And as soon as you get below that, that would immediately put you in the short to medium term bearish. The moving averages are something that we're watching out for here. And they're finally starting to level off. And the 50-day moving average is now right at that 255. The 100-day moving average in blue is sitting right up here at the 205, and the 200-day is starting to get more parallel at $1.51. So that's what we're watching out for. If this was to break to the upside on this flagpole flag right there, point of the breakout, that's how you get up to the $4.68. But right now, we got to see if we can hold this. The volume's not there, because if you break down again, you're going to hit in the daily time frame the 50-day moving average for the first time, and you're more than likely to come down to that the $2.05 or the 200-day moving average. And that's the bottom line, because old Vincenzo said so, J. So that's what we're going to watch out for in the XRP. Now let's go look at the AMP. He was worried about in the 15-minute. I like to use the daily time frame because shorter term patterns can fool you, uh, because they're just shorter term patterns, when the daily time frame pattern, or the pattern that is most likely to win out at the end of the day, might be bullish when other patterns are bearish in the shorter time frame, or vice versa. But we're going to look at what you're talking about, my member of Jabroni Killers here, and we're just going to get our moving averages on here. Get out of there. And you can see we're sitting right at the 50-day moving average, just below it now. And we've been bouncing off the 100-day moving average in the daily time frame. Now let's go into I believe he said the 10-minute time, 15-minute time frame. Let's take a look at this in the 15-minute. And this is probably what he was looking at right here. He's probably seeing this right here in the 15. And yeah, in the 15-minute time frame, that would be a topping, or what it is really, it's a double topping reversal pattern, and it forms the shape of an But when they're a W pattern, they're just a double bottom, right? That would be a W pattern, and then your neckline, and it's because you had a double bottom that forms a W. And right now, you're looking at in the 15-minute time frame, which could be a double top, or even if you go back farther, a triple top. 1, 2, 3. But that's how you get that topping reversal pattern, is it's a double top, right? It's a double top reversal pattern, because you had the spike up, came down, spike up, and then your neckline would be right in here. So what we're watching out for, and that's just so happens to be in between the 50-day and the 100-day moving average. And if this was a topping or a double top short-term reversal pattern, you would go to your neckline, which is about right there. You would take a targeted move from the top of the double top right up in there to the neckline, right about so, to the point of a breakout. And that would get you all the way down near, conveniently enough, the 200-day moving average. If we go back out, and that's the way you can find confluency or confirmation, that would get you almost right at that 200-day moving average in the daily time frame if the 15-minute time frame pattern was to play out. So that's a very good catch by you, my good man. And that would be something that I'd be looking at as this 3 goes in to try to win Vincenzo on the Michigan game some money. I'm sorry, I got it on the background. So if Michigan wins by 14 points today, old Vincenzo wins $255. If they don't, we lose $55. So that's a good call by you, and that's what I'd be watching out for in the AMP on that 15-minute time frame. And for me in the daily time frame, I'm looking to keep this above the 200-day moving average, and more specifically, it'd be nice to keep it above the 100-day moving average to try to keep me short to medium term bullish. But obviously, if it breaks below that 200-day, we turn into medium to short range bearish right there. But I still do think in the longer range, sometime throughout the year, we're going to hit that target and we're going to continue to follow through that this year. And we're going to pay attention. I do think at some point this year, we won't get into this green trading box up here. I do believe that. And I am still going to be betting my money on that, that's going to happen. For my other member, Co-Creative Music, you are an Algo fan. I am an Algo fan. We're all Algo fans, and we're going to move these 200, the 50-day moving average. You see this is starting to run parallel now. 33 cents is the 100-day, 37 cents is the 50-day, and 26,999 is the 200-day. And as we've been watching for several weeks now, since we got rejected off of here, we've traded back into this red trading zone along an uptrending 50-day moving average, but we've been unable to breach it and continue higher. And if we dip back into this red trading box and dip back below, which we're threatening to do, and we've wicked it a couple of times right there, if we do it again, I have a feeling that it would be a drop all the way down to the 200-day moving average and near the bottom part of this red trading zone. And that's something that I'm going to watch out for. If you want to get bullish and make a run up at this 53 cents, you have to hold this 50-day in the top part of this red resistance and support box. If not, I would hedge my bet right now. I think that in the next several days, before we make a run up to 53 cents and hit it, I think we're going to hit the 200-day moving average in green down there near 26 cents in Algo. But that's just a gut feeling in the short to medium term. And that's something that I'm watching out for here in the short term. DGB is another one that one of my lovely audience members had a question about. And you can see DGB is still struggling, but DGB is one where the moving averages are trending down now in the daily time frame in the 50. The 100 is still running parallel, and the 200 is still running parallel, maybe slightly up, but also parallel. That's giving me some bearish sentiment here and confirmation. And we could have a hidden head and shoulders where you have a little left shoulder, a big head, a right shoulder, and a neckline right there. And if that is sort of hidden there because it's not well defined, we're going to shrink that. Our targeted move in that would bring you conveniently enough right down here to the 200-day moving average. And if we did do a targeted move out of this, you would see that you would go from the head to the neckline to the potential point of a breakout. And look at that. It lines up beautifully with the 200-day moving average. So in the short term, he asked me if he should be selling this. I'm not one to tell you to sell. That's not what I do. I don't know where your entry price is. I don't know what your long-term thesis and beliefs are on the coin. If you were just in it from a pump where you bought it down here and then you wrote it up, I don't know exactly what your overall philosophy is or your game plan is on the coin. But I would say in the short term, we could be looking at a 200-day moving average, or not a 200-day moving average, the 10 cent or the 0.00601 major underneath support in the daily time frame. We could be looking at that. Excuse me for saying 200-day moving average. I got green and green. So we're going to make this a different color because it confused me just now. We'll make it purple. We could be coming all the way down here if this head and shoulders topping reversal pattern does play out, because we'll put that back on. I deleted on accident, from the top to the neckline to the point of a breakout, and that gets you right down into that area. And that could be something that's going to happen. If you want to invalidate that, you got to get above and support and hold and confirm above the 50-day moving average, and then breach this local regional high right there that was pumping, right? So that's what we're watching out for in DGB, because DGB has had an M topping reversal pattern, or a double topping reversal pattern over the last year, where you can see you pumped up, you came down, you came back up and got rejected. And if you continue to, this would be your neckline down there, and you wouldn't even want to see what a targeted move to the downside from that is. But we do have a local double top right there. I'm going to make another video because this video is getting kind of long. We're going to go look at XLM. We're going to go look at LCX, DIA, and a couple of the other coins that we've been following for my beautiful audience. Peace and love.